imagine those images or movies, SEAL Team 6, Black Hawk Down, whatever, if you can think about some movies, and in the face of massive threat, they still stay calm. That is the number one priority when you're faced in a major threat, is to maintain your mindfulness so that you don't go into fight or flight. Because when you go into fight or flight, your awareness closes in, your resourcefulness shuts down, and you have fewer options available to you. And small things get magnified. So if you're in fight or flight or heading towards fight or flight, small inconveniences can seem like huge threats. And not only does the size of the peril go up, but the probability in your mind goes up. And next thing you know, you're completely closed in. So hopefully that paints a picture as to why the leader is not just about telling people what to do. It's not just about leading the way you want to be led. We have to lead in such a way that the employees respond and that the employees' needs are also met. And that kicks off the conversation I want to have today. So today is about crafting a fulfilling work environment. In the first segment in Dynamic Leadership, this series, so go back 2 weeks, I talked about human needs. And human needs is an important part of it. So I talked about two different ones, and they work together. So most people are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. A subset of that group is familiar with the 6 human needs. And both of those, by the way, are from Maslow. So the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I would say, is consistent with the 6 human needs. And then 20 years after Maslow's hierarchy of needs or so, we have self-determination theory. And the self-determination theory, for me, is my foundation for understanding and applying dynamic leadership, because it gets to the human needs, and meeting the human needs leads to intrinsic motivation. When you think about intrinsic motivation, it's putting dopamine and serotonin working in favor of the organization. To simplify this, what you want to remember is growth and contribution. I mentioned that in the introduction. There's also connection and significance. Those are 2 of the 6 needs. And the other 2 are certainty and variety. I also use the example of sports teams and using a team metaphor for your organization, as opposed to a family metaphor, as opposed to a political metaphor where you have 2 camps competing against one another, as opposed to a friend metaphor, which may sound good on paper. It starts with leading the way people want to be led, as opposed to what's comfortable for the leader. The vision is intentional. Everybody gets that you have to have a vision, you have the mission, you have the goals.